What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, while we were gone, I went and did a thing. And I wanted to talk about it just for a minute because it's kind of relevant to my channel and what's going on. So while we're gone, from the last video that you guys saw, which was the black Wii, to now, I actually have been out and had a minor heart surgery. I have a condition known as Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, and I had to go in and they basically took a laser to my heart and burned away some stuff. And while they were in there, they implanted what's called a link loop recorder to record my heart afterwards. Not a huge deal, no big huge changes or anything like that, except for one small thing. I cannot use this. I can't use this. I can't use this. And I can't use this. I can't use any of these tools. At least not until I talk to my doctor. And the reason is, all of these tools have electromagnetic interference generated, and my link loop recorder that records to my heart simply will not tolerate the amount of EMI that this is going to put out, which is obviously a gigantic problem for me and my channel. However, we're not going to stop recording. We're not going to stop making videos. What I've done is I've bought what is known as we're not going to use that. That's terribly gross. I bought what is known as some Faraday fabric. It's a fairly new type of fabric that's out, and it's pretty expensive. It's certainly not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. But its whole purpose is to shield from electromagnetic interferences. And so once that comes in, should be in business because I can just drape it over me and call it a day. Which brings me to why I have the Gameboy that I've already done the video on, and we got it back fully functional except for this part of the screen over here was a little bit messed up. And so I had every intention, and I've got another project sitting over there on the ground, but I had every intention of putting this together during my recuperation phase, which I'm in right now. And so I went ahead and bought all of the things that I thought that I was going to need to do this, and then I found out, well, you can't solder. So we're going to come up with a way to do this. And what I've got is, we're going to set Tetris aside over here. What I've got is, I got a shiny new blue case. This is all from Funny Playing. And I got, from Retro Game Repair Shop, the Funny Playing, and it comes in this fantastic case, which is amazing because none of the McWills do. It comes in this great case, and it's the Funny Playing screen holder, screen aligner. It is their IPS display, and of course their new back panel and the glass lens that goes with this. So we're going to be installing all of this. Now, my understanding is the only things that need soldering are these two boards right here, are the speaker, positive and negative. That's it. That's all that we need to solder on this. So that's all we're going to solder, because there is no. I kind of looked around a little bit in here before I did all this. There's not really any instructions to speak of, so it ought to be pretty self-explanatory. Now I will say this again: it does come with this really cool case. The whole kit does, and is amazing. I did go ahead and buy the screen aligner, so everything should be screws, except for that one small solder joint for the speaker, which we'll come up with something. So without further ado, let's roll the intro, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So, I'm going to lay out all these parts here, kind of sorta, lay them out, and then we're going to disassemble our Gameboy here, which is Tri-Wings. Now, you're going to have to bear with me just a little bit, and when I say that, the reason you got to bear with me a little bit is, I cannot, they went, the surgery, the way that they went in both of the main arteries on either side of your pelvis, either side of your groin, and they cut you open there, and that's their pathway in. So I can't really do a lot of bending at all. As a matter of fact, the surgery was on a Monday. It is now Saturday, and this is the first time that I have really set up. I took a ride in the truck yesterday for a few minutes up the road, but other than that, this is really the first time that I've sat up or really been allowed to. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm not sure how this is going to go. We're going to give this a try and see if I can pull this off. Now, those of you guys that remember when this came to me, the screen itself, the shell itself, here was not stuck on, but we fixed that with a little bit of double-sided, super thin double-sided tape. And beyond that, everything on this worked pretty well. Now, we're going to be transferring and keeping this case because I have another Gameboy sitting over there. Now, we did recap this, do a full recap on it. There we go. So, we did a full recap on it. We do need this speaker out of here. And that should be it. Everything else we're going to need is on this side. So what I want to do first is I want to set this aside, set all of these parts aside, and I want to cut open. I'm going to zoom this camera out just a little bit so that you guys, because I can't get too close to the work table, so I'm having to work at about maximum arm's reach here, which is not very fun for me. But what is fun for me is working on these old consoles. So, and since I'm tired of laying in bed, because I've been laying in bed for pretty much 6 days now, what is fun for me is building these old consoles. And since the wife stepped out, left the stepson here, and left me with strict instructions to stay in bed, and since nobody's here to watch me, I decided to just do this anyway. And she will just have to yell at me later. So this does come with all of the battery terminals except for these two main ones here, which is fine because they are actually attached to the main board. So what we have to do is switch over to our Phillips head screwdriver. And this should just be a Phillips 0 or 00, something like that. We got to take these screws out. Now the Funny Playing kit comes with all new screws, so we're actually going to use all the new screws. We're not going to use any of these old screws. And it does come with the metal pre-installed, so nothing to do there. Once we get all of this undone, this should be a pretty quick and painless operation here that we're going through. Should be pretty quick and painless. It even comes, I think it comes with the new button. We're going to find out. I said that. It would appear as though I'm going to stand corrected. It does not come with the new button, the new on-off button, but that's okay. So he's just going to, our old board, our board is just going to drop down inside. Just like so. Just pretty as she pleases. And then we can start with our screws. We can open our little pack up. And the reason I'm not going to use the original Nintendo screws is because the short answer to that is that they have already been threaded into the original case, and so we're just not going to reuse them, even though these screws are identical. I have to kind of separate my screws out. I'm probably going to need my tweezers. You guys just please bear with me. Understand that I'm not in a great deal of pain right now, but it is very difficult for me to move around. And so again, I'm having to kind of do this from a reach. My chair is way further back. I'm going to do my best in the edit to get the audio just right. I'm going to do my very best. I'm going to try. I'm trying to put these screws together with similar size screws. I'm doing my best so that I can reach and get them as needed. Which is exactly why I have this this towel out here so they don't roll around on me. And then we have our two shortest screws. The two shortest screws. Okay. So, I'm going to have to kind of hold these screws up here and take a look and see if they're going to be too long. That's going to be too long. It's going to take this short screw right here. Oh, these are tiny little screws. I bet you that doesn't go there because that is a very, very, very flat. Oh, it might. We'll see. There's a tiny little bitty Phillips head. We're going to have to go way down in size to get him. Yeah, the screwdriver for these little bitty screws that comes with the kit is a Phillips 00. Is what size that is. I can tell you right now, this is quite a challenge to do this from this far away. When you're used to laying it up right on top of something, it is very, very not easy. I'm sorry, I've got this up here where I can see it, but you can't, and I apologize for that. But I need to see this board right now, and if I put it up there where you guys can see it, then I'm not going to be able to see it. Oh no. I gotta be careful in my jerking and moving and things like that. It's gonna be very important for me to be careful with. I think they go in these. No, they don't go in those holes. Go in these holes? They do go in these holes. Okay. Let's switch back to our other size screwdriver for this. Yeah, that's much better. Just taking a look at my handiwork here and making sure everything's good to go. We're going to take off our little cover cap and put our new one on so that it matches. Okay, so we're good there. So at this point, we are good to slap on our new board. Sort of, kind of, almost, we're close. But before we can do that, we have to do a little bit more work on the inside. And when I say that, what I mean is we have to, oh Lord Jesus, I bent too far, that hurt. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is align get our LCD mounting bracket thing, and go ahead and he's gonna actually mount and hold our LCD right here, and goes over the top 2 holes and drops right down and holds our kit in place, right? But in order to do that, we have to get our LCD out and start laying him down. So we're going to unpack him. And we've got our ribbon cable, a component ribbon cable, and our actual board here. We've got our actual IPS display here, and then we have a little piece of double-sided, double sticky tape for the back of it. So this just has that one connector. So this guy should, I'm not sure which way he goes. Genuinely not. And since there are no instructions, it's just slightly confusing, isn't it? Since there are no instructions. So it looks like that this guy will sit in like this. And then this component board sits in this way. And then our display sits on top of him this way. And the way that I can kind of reason that together is on the back of this guy is our actual connector right here. So it looks like this almost needs to sticky down right in this, which maybe is perhaps why the sticky tape is there. So that this can fold over and connect in. I know I'm doing this off screen, and my sincere apologies. Okay, so we're clipping the little Lego style connector right there, and this lets our board sit that way. And then this should fold over the top, should in theory, and come into our upper connector, which just has the little pull tabs right here, just lift up. And then this slots in. I'll take off my Lego connector on my screen. And then you should be able to click him back down. There we go. And that'll get him nice, and then he'll just fold over the backside and kind of stay put somewhere down in this neighborhood. Somewhere down here in this neighborhood. And that way when our screen sits over the top of this, so how does our screen sit then? How can our screen sit here if our connector is way over there? Because there is no way, Tell you what, let me figure this right here out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did that backwards. So what you want to do with this, when you go to install yours, is you want to slide this in with the contacts facing up on the board here. You want to slide them in with the contacts facing up, and then you can click this guy down really nice and easily. And he'll click straight down, and that way when he folds over, if you've got the Funny Playing kit, there'll be a hologram right here in the middle, right? And that's what you want to see. And what you can now do is take your Lego connector, your brick connector, and again, I have to do this off screen, and I'm sorry, but it's really small. And I can't bend forward to do this on screen, so you just have to bear with me. All the light in the world up there, and I can't get to it. Story of my life, I guess, huh? Tell you what, this is a really nice kit. But I would have given a lot more for instructions over the little case. But you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess, right? Okay, so we've got that installed. So our screen can now contacts up. Our little connector can now come in here. So contacts up. We can clip him back down, both sides. And he should lay right down there just like so. Just like so. Now, our ribbon cable that actually goes to our Nintendo, it also looks like it goes contacts. Oh Lord, I can't tell. I cannot tell. Let me take a look, see. Of all of the crazy things that we do on this channel, this one is proving to be a bit of a chore. Okay, so it looks like this cable can go either way, but let's look at our Nintendo, at our Game Boy here. So the cable can actually go either way, it makes no difference. Which is perfect. So it looks like our board here has contacts top and bottom. So it makes no difference which way it goes in. But you do want to be just a little gentle putting it in. You don't want to force it, you don't want to jam it, you just want to be a little gentle. Line it up with your contacts. Tell you what, this is really, really, really not easy to do when you can't bend, when you can't move. And you just have to kind of trust in what you're feeling, but you can't see it. There we go. It's really not easy to do. Okay. So all of this sits down here, like that. Okay, so our screen's roughly in place. I say roughly, it's not even close to in place yet. We've still got to put in this guy right here down, which will hold our screen, lock him in place. Aha! It all makes perfect sense now. This little clear 3D printed, or I don't know if it's 3D printed or not, but this little clear bracket right here is definitely a game changer of sorts. I'm going to lower this guy down here, and yes, I know I still have the screen protector film on it, but I'm leaving that on specifically for the reason that I want to make sure that I have this perfect before I peel it off, because you theoretically only get one shot at landing this guy, bringing him home properly. And this should be our next piece, and he should drop right in this way, just on top, and then our connector. Ooh, see, our connector's misaligned. Yeah. I think I get it now. I think I understand it now. So we're going to take our screen back off, drop him out of this. We're going to take our tape back off, because what we shouldn't have done was tape this down. Now, in my defense, I taped it down. I taped it down because I haven't installed one of these before. And I wasn't sure about how everything was going to lay out on it. So, in my defense, I did what I did for a very good reason. But if you just drop the screen into the screen holder, it will actually only allow this board to rest in here in one precise location. It won't allow it to move around inside of there, which is exactly precisely what you want. I mean, I guess it could probably flip and flop around a little bit, but not too bad. But if we drop this guy in here now that he's loose, if you just wanted to keep that from being jostled in any way, you could install. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Drops right in. Okay. Whew. So that's got that in there. And no, everything's not perfect. I'm going to take a quick little break for a second, get up out of this chair, and then I'm going to think about how I can desolder our speaker and move it over here and resolder it down. I'm going to really think about that, because this is not going to be easy. And then once we're done with that, we can pretty much we're going to clean this off one time. We're going to go ahead and put our outer cover on our case here, and then when we drop our screen down, that's how we'll make sure there's no dust in it. Is we'll kind of do it all in one fail. Hold this up here, drop the screen on, put this in, peel the inner sticky off of the IPS. We're going to go ahead and drop all our buttons in, get all of our rubbers, which are all attached in here, because I didn't buy a new buttons kit. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure this didn't come with one. Let me just look around and double check I didn't put it anywhere else. And I may have, but I don't think I did. Unless I stuck it underneath some of this stuff. Nope. Okay, so I didn't buy new buttons. That's fine. No big deal. Thought I did, but it's no big deal. So we still got to take this apart, pull our buttons and our little rubbers and stuff like that out. Let me take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I went and took a little break for a second. I started to feel a little, I don't know, not lightheaded or anything, just a little off. I don't know. Anyway. So, we're going to disassemble the front of this board. Go ahead and get out all of the plastics, and we're going to go ahead and take the speaker out too. So the question is, that is on everybody's mind, how am I going to pull off removing this speaker with the electromagnetic interference? And the answer to that is, I don't know yet. That is not a very good answer, but it's the only answer I have. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to pull this off without having to solder, because I am not a very smart man, but what I know is I get the speaker out without soldering it by cutting the wires, which I really don't want to do. I really don't want to do. But I can. So, we're going to disconnect this cable. Being gentle with him. So we can take our board out and we can drop in our buttons. And then we're going to sort out that's upside down. There we go. Then we're going to sort out the speaker part, which is not going to be super easy. Tell you what we're going to do. We're just not going to say, we're going to do it and just not say anything to anybody. We're not going to let anybody know we did it. I may can get by without the desoldering iron here. I might can. Set this over there. That there. Alright, we can immediately kill that, and that is that. So, cool. Meddling right along here. What we now have to do is repair all of this. So, here's how we're going to go about it. We're going to flip this over, immediately drop everything out, because of course we are. I guess that's not going to matter, is it? All these are going to fall out anyway, because when I have to flip this over no matter what I do to put this on. And when I do, no matter how good I am, now we can go ahead and install our buttons. And then I'm going to remove this screen protector, exposing my IPS screen, keeping him face down. And that should mean that our display is now going to be dust free. And now that we've got that down, we should be able to install our screws, locking our panel in place. Okay, so that's got that side all done. So now we should be able to just simply take And connect this first. Don't forget that. Or if you're stupid like me, forget it, and then you can come back later and go, oh yeah. Okay. And then it's just a matter of installing this ribbon cable. And for you guys, it really won't. It's not that it would be a problem. It's just I can't bend to get in there to do it. There we go. And before we go getting too crazy and putting all the screws in it and everything else, we're going to make sure he's clicked down. We're going to install our batteries, and we're going to test fire this thing to make sure that we're good to go. I don't know if you guys can see that, so let me kill this light and this light. So if we click this button here, okay, so our brightness up and down works. Cool. Alright, so let's get them all screwed back down now. Let me turn these lights back on. And let's get this guy screwed back down. And he's ready to go. He is ready to go. These are all tri-wings as well, so very thoughtful, funny playing to include tri-wings. Now all I got to do is make up the stickers for the back of it, print those guys off. Which you can buy, but what I like to do, and this is just me personally, you can buy the stickers. You don't have to print them yourselves. But if you don't have access to a good color printer, then absolutely buy them. If you do, you can buy the sticker paper on Amazon for pretty cheap. You can get it in gloss or satin or flat finish, whatever you want. And you can. What I like to do is take a picture of my original stickers, if at all possible. Give me 1 second. Well, guys, you've really done it this time. You have really done it this time. I don't know which one of you called the wife and told her that I was up out of bed and sitting at my workbench doing this, but she is not happy with any of us, mainly you guys. She is very upset with all of you, very disappointed in you. And has just given very strict orders that you are all to return to bed. No, I'm not kidding. All of you must go back to bed. But keep your phone or laptop with you or whatever you're watching this and see. Let me finish this guy up. She's pretty mad right now. She knew the second she left the house and left me alone I was going to do this, but, you know. All right. Let's get our batteries back in our Game Boy. So back to the sticker thing. So you can buy the sticker stuff on Amazon, the sticker paper, and make your own stickers. And they come out surprisingly well. All right. Let's kick this guy on and see what we got. I'm going to change this LED out and put a auto flashing LED in it later. Let me kill this screen so you guys can see us. So, I have one small problem, guys. And the one small problem that I have is that I only have one Game Boy game. The only Game Boy game that I remember playing as a child is the only Game Boy game that I have. But, nonetheless, okay, so that's so we can enter the mode and switch to our. This has got a lot of different colors. My Life in Gaming was commenting that they didn't like the color options for whatever reason, but I'm going to be honest with you. There are so many. You could get this to near original colors. Whatever you wanted, you can get it pretty close to. I mean, or you can stick with the red or the black and white or whatever you wanted. Oh, wow. Invert. You can literally go through just about anything. I think I'm going to stick with this green color right here. I like that. It looks better to my eyes than it probably does to you guys. You can really dim it down too a bunch. Very cool. Well, there you go, guys. That is our Nintendo Game Boy with a Funny Playing IPS LCD screen in it. So, if you like this video, give me a like. If you enjoyed it, all that good stuff, let me know. Let me know what you thought of it. If you enjoyed it, I'd like to know about it. Subscribe. Click that bell icon so you guys get more notifications for when I post videos like this. Guys, it's been a real pleasure, and to be honest with you, I am very thankful to be back and able to make these videos again. I do have some stuff coming, so we can get back into some soldering and stuff like that. For a first video back, I think this was a great one, and I was really glad to do it. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the little bit of time it took us to figure this kit out and make it. Guys, we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.